Hi there, Mark DeGroot here with Royal LePage Burloak, and the market stats are in for June of 2023. So we're halfway through the year. I thought I'd hop on real quick and kind of go through some high-level numbers with you, just to kind of keep you in the loop of what's been going on in terms of the real estate market. So why don't we jump in? So this is a graph from the Canadian Real Estate Association. This is the Housing Price Index. So this is an index of all housing prices. This is specifically for Burlington right now, of what's been happening in the market going back. This one's just back to 2019, but as you can see, where prices have really peaked and gone up and down. So we had the start of the pandemic around 2020, the beginning of 2020, and that's where we saw prices really start to escalate. Every market was experiencing multiple bidding wars. We just had a lack of inventory, and more people wanted to move, especially outside of the Toronto market, moving out from condos into areas west where they could actually get some property because of the lockdowns. And so prices really took an increase until about their peak of in about February of 2022, where they completely peaked off. And then we saw a reversal. We saw prices start to come down. They really slid down quite rapidly all through 2022 until about where they bottomed out in about December of 2022. So that's where we ended up at the bottom point. And then we had our spring market. So January, February, March, April, we started to see more people coming back out. Confidence was restored in the housing market. People wanted to move. Everything had been opened up again, and we saw prices start to increase again. So we're about tracking. I drew a line. I'll put this here. I drew a line from where the market began in 2019, just tracking if it continued on. And as you can see, we're about where we should be had the pandemic not occurred in terms of housing prices, right? It draws a pretty straight line all the way through if it was to look on an inclined plane. So is that good news? I think so. We are seeing for June now and July especially a slight recession in prices. I'm not too concerned about this. This is typically what happens in the summer. Again, we haven't had a normal summer in 3 years. So this is the first normal spring market, summer market that we've had. And we always see a slight recession in terms of listings and buyers going out in the summer market. So as you can see from January, February, March, these are a number of sales that have occurred each month over month. It had been increasing. A lot of statisticians and a lot of market stats will look at previous years, like what things happen year over year. I don't really like that stat right now because, again, the last couple of years have not been normal years. So it's hard to balance or reference that against the current year. But we are trending in the normal type of market right now. One thing I am looking at right now, though, and it concerns me a bit, is number of showings. So this is a tool from Broker Bay. This is one of the tools that agents such as myself use to book showings when we go show a client a property. It's not the only tool, it's just one, so it's not a definitive measurement, but it is, I think, a good guideline of what's been happening in terms of showings, because it is quite a popular tool. So these are the number of showings that have been booked year to date. If you're looking at the tail end of the graph, it's showing that we're down a bit in terms of showings. Okay, and so could be the summer market. People are just not looking at houses as much right now. Could have to do with the interest rates. There's a lot of uncertainty on interest rates. So we're going to watch that very closely and see how that trend follows through for the rest of the summer for July and August. I will say that we are low in months of supply. So one of the graphics we use or metrics we use is months of inventory or months of supply. And this is a metric essentially how long would the current rate of inventory last had no new listings come on the market. So how long would it take for everything to be depleted? And right now that's 1.23 months, which is extremely low. That would be considered in any other market a seller's market because we just are low. A balanced market is anywhere from 4 to 7 months of inventory. I like to see 4 or 5 months of inventory before we'd call it a balanced market. And right now we're sitting at 1.23 months of inventory, which is quite low. So we're low on listings right now. We're also low on buyers. So again, it could be traditional, just a normal recession in terms of people going out because it is the summer months and or it could be tied to interest rates. So we're going to watch that very closely. But is it a good time to sell right now? In my opinion, yes. Is it a good time to buy right now? Also, in my opinion, yes. It all depends on the specific property that you're looking for. So if you're interested in a move or buying or selling, we can talk about that more specifically to your needs. I'll be always happy to have a chat with you. Please feel free to reach out to me at my number here, 416-875-4640. Always happy to chat real estate. Once again, I'm going to play the individual market stats at the end of this video. But if you have any questions specific to your market or your property, I'm always happy to have that conversation. All right. Thanks again for watching. Take care.